but I would explain myself and like try to convince them that maybe I was right or whatever else it is. And now I'm just like, I'm not going to argue with idiots, right?
Looking like a baddie, I show up and make them stop. Wanna know my name so badly, cause I run this whole block. Flip my hair, move my head, show the world I'm royalty. Wait, yeah. Move it. They wanna know just how I do it.
Because I know that you are, you're in it to win it, and you specifically are looking to succeed, right?
Oh,
In the things that you are, the new trajectory, the empire, the legacy that you're building for yourself and, your personal
yeah.
business.
So for me, I used to think that I needed people to understand who I am. I wanted empathy from them, and it didn't matter who they were, but I would explain myself and like try to convince them that maybe I was right or whatever else it is. And now I'm just like, I'm not going to argue with idiots, right? Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but if you're going to sit there and say, okay, well, the sky is purple and clearly it's not, I'm not going to sit there and argue with you. I'm going to move on from that because I need my energy for that. So it's kind of like that reassurance, or I needed to prove myself to people, and I no longer feel the need to prove myself to people.
That's huge.
And the other side of it, and has what made me so successful, is the need to prove myself. But now need to prove myself to me so I can build my empire, because there's certain things that I want in life, and I'm reprioritizing what is important to me in life. So with that being said, I think that the challenge is trying to prove myself to other people and doing what they think I should do. But now I'm doing what I know. And what's the worst that could happen? Okay, what are you going to fire me? That's okay. I'm self-confident in my talent. I know I'm good at this. I have multiple streams of income coming in. I'm building an empire. So,
like, thank you for freeing me up for the time to do this very thing for myself.
I know, and that's exactly what it is, right? So that's that. I'm not spending my time and energy. I also don't need apologies from people anymore. If you've wronged me, then fine, that's on you. One thing that I kind of goes back to this is I want people to know that they hurt me. Now I don't give a shit. You knew what you did. You knew it was wrong. And I'm moving on. I don't need closure. There's no such thing as closure. You're never going to get closure. You need to find it within yourself and move on.
So that's what I wanted to ask you, because this is what I'm hearing from you, right? Consistently. Like, I'm hearing a pattern that you used to have to, want it externally outside of yourself.
For sure.
Right. And like, we all, whether we realize this, and usually we don't, but when we don't possess the thing within us, we have to manipulate our external world to try to get someone to give that to us, right?
Well, and that's kind of like the fire. Like, I had to go through the gates of literally hell, all the traumas in my life to get here where we are. Like, you don't just wake up that way. And I know the same things happen to you. Mm-hmm. Like, the strongest people have a lot of deep-rooted traumas, and they're able to do some introspection and not be a victim, and they are tough and they're successful, and that's what it is.
Absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. The people that have been through the fire and have transformed that fire are the ones who make it.
Yeah.
Right.
So even with your help, I've been spending a lot of time. So I'm going to be spending 2024. I'm very good in my business acumen and those types of things, but I'm going to be spending 2024 doing some reflection on me and growing in that way. But like taking other people's perspectives in consideration when I do things. So for example, if instead of thinking, well, I'm right, I know I'm right, all these other things, really kind of understanding in a collaboration. I've done it with you, understanding your perspective and where you're coming from, and not so much just bulldozing and going 100 miles per hour, but taking perspective so that way it's not like, okay, well, fuck you, I'm done, whatever, because I'll cut somebody out of my life in a heartbeat, right?
Mhm.
But being like, okay, let's really understand if they're worth it. Not everybody's worth it, but if you truly care about somebody and they have proven themselves, then you can do that. Like, I want to understand your perspective so I can do these specific things. So I think that's important.
I think that's huge because I think it was someone as rigid and as hardcore as Donald Trump. Like, I think he has said something in the past, like, the strongest person in the room is the most flexible.
Well, and here's the thing too, the most successful is the quietest because they sit there and they observe. Always be careful, and we know people like this.
Right.
Where they are constantly like, look at me, look at me, look at me. Like, and they're always boasting about themselves. So that's not to say you don't share your accomplishments, but goodness, when they're constantly always bragging and like, it's just exhausting. Those are the weak people in the room.
1,000%. I think it's way more powerful when someone else notices your accomplishments and decides to share, right?
Well, that's why your circle is so important because, again, you know what I hate more than anything in the world? I hate people who are like, oh, I'm a girl's girl. If anybody ever says to you, I'm a girl's girl, they are a crab in a barrel. I've never once seen anybody.
I'm a girl's girl as long as you're not more successful than me or more confident
or
than
prettier
me,
than me
or
anything. They're like, I
right.
Those 100%.
Right. Like, you're supposed to be behind me.
Exactly. They're the ones that are looking for the puppies.
Puppies.
The puppies.
The lap dogs.
No,
right.
yes. It's I'm a girl's girl, or I can't remember what the other one is, but yes, if they're saying, oh, I'm a girl's girl, like get rid of them. Red flag number one.
Yeah. If you get bigger than their ego, than what their ego can stand.
The one I know.